My name's Mary Lily.
I'm Marshall.
And I'm Caitlin.
And we're the hosts of Unveiled Opinions.
Three newly and almost wed girlies with a podcast on any and everything wedding related. Hey guys.
Hi. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Bloody Monday.
How's everybody surviving?
Barely. I babysat my niece and nephews all weekend, 3 and 1.
Oof.
So
Fun.
pretty tired.
Yeah. I worked, but, I was off today, so it wasn't so bad.
Evens out.
Evens out. We did yard work. Very exciting.
Even with all this pollen.
Even with all the pollen, we had to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So we got mulch, and the landscapers are going to finish the rest.
That's like so adult of you.
Oh,
Very adult.
the cons of having a house.
Yeah.
Well, last week I went to Asheville, you guys, to meet with my florist and the music director for the church. And the meeting with my florist was great. But then the music director at the church, he, first of all, you guys, I have a list of things I'm supposed to do for the church. So one of them's like email the music director like 3 weeks out or 3 months out or whatever and like set up a meeting with him. So it says it can be via Zoom on the website. So I emailed the guy. I'm like, hi, I live in Charlotte. I don't live in Asheville. All this stuff, yada, yada. I'm getting married. This is the date. And he emails back and it's like, Zoom is not an option. And like, I cannot just meet you. Like, I have to meet you and the groom, as this is like a sacrament between the both of you. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I make Matthew skip work Wednesday, come to this random lunch with my florist and our mothers, which he loved.
Yeah.
And then the florist no-showed us, and he no-called us.
What?
Yes, he has not called us back.
What?
I sent him an email that is so nice. You guys.
I was not expecting that.
No. It's a bless your heart email because
gotcha.
The first email this man sent me.
Did you pay them already for a
Oh
deposit?
my God, yeah. And we've paid a lot of money, you guys, to get married at this certain church. So that's why it really bothers me, because it's been a lot of back and forth and it's been a lot of disorganization on their end. Okay, so the Zoom meetings are not an option. This was my email back to him after he said that. I said, Dear Mr. Thank you for your email today. It's clear that Matthew and I are in good hands as far as music for our wedding. We'll be available to meet you around 1:30 or 2 on Wednesday. Do either of those times suit you? Thank you so much for your kind attention. Mary Lily.
Very nice.
How
very
nice.
polite.
Very cordial. It did take him 2 days to respond, so I feel like he felt the kick in the ass that I did give him in that email.
Good.
And he said, Mary Lane, Matthew, I could meet with you at either time. This is my first choice. We will meet in the choir loft. I'm attaching this thing for you to review. I said, Dear Mr. Thank you. 1:30 sounds lovely. We'll review the attached and look forward to meeting with you 1:30 p.m. in the choir loft Wednesday, April 3rd. Thank you again for your kind attention. No show. So we showed up at the church, who I've been literally in talks with since before I was engaged, and they have yanked me around. And so I had to like ring the doorbell, and the woman came. She's like, oh my God. First of all, she called me Lily.
We
I'm
love
like,
that.
We've had 80 phone conversations and exchanged emails for 8 months. You don't know my name? What? Beside the point. Could you read it on the check? Next thing. And then she's like, I'm so sorry, but the music director just left for the day, and he's not texting me back or answering any of my calls. Like, okay. Just like, sit in this room. Okay. Wrote down all of our songs. And for the meeting, he demanded we drive 2.5 hours to on a weekday, and left. And I sent him this email. I said, Dear Mr. I'm so upset to have missed you this afternoon. We were so looking forward to your kind direction. I spoke with and left our readings and music choices with her. Let me know if there's anything else you need from us. And that was Wednesday at like the time of our meeting, basically. And he has not responded. And I have heard nothing.
Wow.
That's bold of him.
Yes. So it's infuriating. And
We're handling it really well, though.
oh, we are. We're not dealing with that man anymore.
No.
Though. That man is not in our life. And if someone needs to speak with him, it's the people who hire and pay him, because I don't need to deal with that.
No, especially since Matthew skipped work.
I know. And she was like, I'm so sorry. We've been busy with Easter. I was like, we were busy with Easter too, and we were working today too.
Yeah.
In Charlotte.
Yeah, give me a
so
break.
not really a great excuse.
So that's my
Little
wedding
drama.
planning news. But so exciting.
Wait, did the florist not show up too?
No, the florist was lovely.
Oh, okay.
But like, also, we just went to lunch with her. I was like,
Yeah.
really, what was the point of this?
Yeah.
It was nice. I had a glass of Pinot Grigio on a Wednesday at lunch, but like,
Not
But
complaining.
but not totally necessary.
Yeah.
You could have had a glass of Pinot Grigio from
In Charlotte.
yeah.
on Zoom.
Yeah. We got stuck in traffic on the way home too. I was
Ew.
like, 5 o'clock traffic. I was like, I'm not even like leaving work. It is so annoying to be in rush hour. Like when you're like,
Yeah.
oh my
When it's
God.
apparently was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Oof.
That man.
You better
Well.
count his days.
So let's get into it.
Yeah. On to other wedding things.
Okay.
Hopefully more pleasant.
I know. This one's fun. We're doing your bridal party.
Yay.
But I mean, bridal parties are very complex, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And there are lots of parts that come into it. So right now, we really want to focus on kind of picking your bridesmaids, who you want to stand next to you, what capacity you want them to be there for you during the day, and then the other factors that come into play when choosing who's going to be in your bridal party, the politics of it all, the money of it all, the everything. So let's get started. You two married girlies. How many people were in your bridal parties?
I originally asked 7, but one of my friends got pregnant and was going to be, I think she was due a month before my wedding, maybe like 3 weeks before. So she unfortunately dropped out. So I ended up with 6. What about you, Caitlin?
I had 7. That included the junior bridesmaid, though.
What a cutie. And did you guys, were you worried about matching numbers like on the side with your grooms, or did you not care?
I wanted it to match and be balanced. It kind of just worked out that when it was like 7 each, it completely matched. And then I did have a little bit of a like breakdown when it was like 6 and 7, just like the walking down, like, stuff like
Right.
that. But it was totally fine.
Right.
I mean, it took me a while to get there, but it was totally fine.
Yeah, I didn't really have strong opinions on it. I think I would have if there was a bigger gap between our numbers. But Kyle, he had 6 groomsmen, so it worked because we had the junior bridesmaid actually walk down with the ring bearer. But if it was like 9 and 6, I would have been like, what is happening?
I'd be like, you got to kick some people out.
Somebody needs to lose some friends. Go be mean to people.
I have 10, and then Matthew has 11, but I asked 11. So we'll get into that though. So you guys each had, I have 10, but so how did you guys what did your,
Like selection.
what did your party consist of? Like, what was your criteria for a bridesmaid?
Well, some of it's family. So my
Yeah.
sister-in-law and then future sister-in-law were included.
Okay, wait, let's break that down.
So
did you guys feel obligated to have family? And if so, your family, his family, what family?
So I have no sisters, but I have a sister-in-law, my brother's wife, and they've been together for so long. I just think it would be, I always
And
just,
you knew her before they even
like
dated.
we're friends. So like I was always going to have her in it, and my brother was in it and on the groomsmen side. And then Gil has one sister who we're also friends, and we've done trips with them and stuff. So like I was never going to not ask her. So it worked out well, but I do know that's kind of a iffy area for some.
Definitely not be as common. Kyle, my husband, and my brother are friends. And so it definitely made sense for Sean, my brother, to be in the one of the groomsmen. And then I asked Kyle's sister and niece to be bridesmaids and junior bridesmaids. And the closest thing to a sister I've ever had is Mary Lily. And so I was like, oh, more sisters. So it wasn't like, oh my God, I'm super obligated. It was
I was the maid of honor. Just
yes.
clear that up.
Clear that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't have sisters, really.
But Mary Lou, you have a ton of family.
I know.
Italian, Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so half my bridal party is my family, which is thrilling. I have my cousin, though. We are the same age, like just grew up so close. And then I have my older sister, too. And then my fiance, he is one of 4. So there are 2 sister-in-laws. He has 2 sisters, Mary Vincent and Anna Bridget, who I love. And they are going to be in the bridal party. And then also I'm going to ask his brother's wife, just because, the brother's in the wedding. I just feel like it's easier.
It is.
Yeah.
And we're doing an on-campus kind of thing. So it's like, it's like awkward if like you're not, to be honest. But also like I like her, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're
Not
just
like you're pissed about it.
Yeah. We're just like not super close. But I did, include a lot of my family and then you girls and some other girls. What about you? So, okay, after family, who came next?
Then I had my matron of honor, which is my best friend from college. I was her maid of honor. And then Mary Lily, you, and then my old roommate, Murray. We have known each other since we were like first day of college. And then my other friend, Emery, we also were college friends. Her twin sister was the one that actually got pregnant. So she like still to this day is like, I am so sorry. I was like, I mean, like that's like a good excuse. You're fine.
At least one twin was there.
Yes. But yeah, I think that rounded it out for me.
Yeah, I had Mary Lily as my maid of honor.
I thought I was included in the family section.
Yeah, you are. You already got your I didn't want you to feel excluded in the friend section either.
Thank you.
Cover your bases.
You wear many hats. And you wear them well.
That I do.
And then college best friends, and then kind of my adult best friend. I don't have a ton of like best friends.
Yeah, I'm still friends with like all my friends from high school, obviously. So, one of them sitting right here. So I have, I think, 4 friends from high school and growing up, and then a few friends from being an adult. So I'm excited, but that's kind of how I chose. And I think I like felt really obligated, I feel like, to include the people I included. I know earlier I said like, I did have a girl say no to me.
And I think that's becoming, like, you're hearing more about people being like...
Right. So I think that's like a thing to keep in mind when you're deciding.
Yeah.
It is like kind of a selfless thing being a bridesmaid, but also I think like there's a way to go about it. So like I felt really obligated to include this friend. I was in her wedding like months before, and we had been friends for like a long period of time. She wasn't really close with any of my other friends, and my mom was kind of against it and was just like, the energy she brings is just not great. It doesn't help me or anything with
like help you as the bride.
Yeah.
Like
Like it doesn't
stressful.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because again, like it's the relationship.
yeah.
Right.
She's not super close with anybody else.
And so, but I felt so bad. Like I was like, it was 3 months ago. I just did all this stuff. I just flew out to her wedding, stayed at a really nice hotel, bought a nice dress, did all this stuff. And like, now I'm just not going to ask her. And so I gave her the box, which is, I like have my little gifts. So I was like so excited, put together this little box, texted her to meet her, gave her the box. She said nothing to me in person and like did not text me, did not say anything to me. And I like texted her and was like, hey, I'm guessing that's a yes, haha. And she texted me back and just said, I'm sorry, it'd be better if I attended, and gave me no explanation. So I think that was really a hard pill to swallow. I just think it made me, I got myself all worked up, but like I felt obligated to have someone when in reality, like I was so relieved when she said no. I was like, everything's going to be so much smoother. Everything's supposed to happen. But yeah, I think if it would have gone in a different way, like Marshall, like your friend being like, I'm pregnant, or if she would have been like, can I meet you for lunch and like, let's talk or something, if it's a big deal and maybe you can't like really tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like a super odd way to go about it, like someone who was in your wedding months ago.
Yeah.
And like friends with you for years. But I think, you know, that's like something to think about for anyone who's feeling like obligated to have certain friends or certain things. It's like, you know what? Maybe they don't even want to be in it.
Yeah.
So like, let them go.
And if you're like someone who's been asked to be in a wedding and you don't feel like you can do it for whatever reason, like you don't have to like go into super big detail, but you do need to be like respectful and polite because this is like someone who thinks so highly of you. They want you to be in their wedding.
Yeah.
Like you need to treat them like a friend.
Right. And I want to be like, the thing is, I thought we could have had a conversation about it because I feel like, and I want to go into this kind of next, is responsibilities that you're asking your bridesmaids to do. And like, I'm not requiring my bridesmaids to get a dress. I am like paying for the hair and makeup. Like if she didn't want to come to any of the parties before and was like, hey, I can't make the bachelorette, I would have been like, no problem. Like, you know what I mean? You could have been there as much or as less as you wanted to be, but like you made it a point that you didn't want to be there at all. And I think in like a really hurtful way, but I don't want to like keep going on that. But so speaking of that, what did you guys do? Like responsibility wise, like what did you guys kind of do with your bridesmaids?
So I also didn't like require a bridesmaid's dress. It was just a black dress, like a black long dress. I paid for the hair and makeup. I had a couple of parties, like a bachelorette. I had like an engagement party, but that was before bridesmaids were picked. I didn't have a shower. I did like a little bridesmaids luncheon, but I really like didn't require, like I wasn't going to be super butthurt if people couldn't come to stuff because everyone's work schedule is different, their finances. And I had people kind of all over. Like I had a couple of Charlotte girls, but like Canty's in Florida, like Olivia was in Charleston, like, you know, everyone was kind of spread out. So I was like, obviously, if you can come, I would love it. But if you can't, like, you're still my friend. Like, you're still a bridesmaid. Like, you're not breaking. Yeah, like, you're not going to get like a strike against you if you can't come.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how I went about it.
Yeah. I went into planning a wedding thinking.
Speaking of being Caitlin's maid of honor, she had a lot of stuff for me to do. I'm just kidding.
You volunteered yourself.
Threw yourself in there.
Yeah. You really made the position what it was. There was no written job description when she started. And let me tell you.
I was laid off in the middle of it. Like, becoming a maid of honor was my job.
I went into wedding planning thinking I didn't want matching dresses and was just going to let everybody pick what they wanted. And then somebody told me when I started planning, they were like, that can actually be more stressful for people. And some people just kind of want to be told what to do. And I was like, oh, okay. And so we went and picked.
Well, and I feel like that kind of fits your group. Like your group would have taken the direction well. I think if you gave them like, pick whatever, they are the type of people. This is like not to be stereotypical, but they're nurses. Like
they're not all nurses, but
they wear scrubs every day. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like they're like used to just knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought, you picked a classic dress.
Yeah, I didn't actually pick it. They picked it, and I was like, yeah, those look great.
I picked it.
Was that part of your job?
Yeah, part of the job description. Everybody didn't know they were. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there wasn't a ton. It was I had parties and stuff, but I wasn't like, oh my God, your presence is mandatory.
Yeah.
And then I would say the one thing that I wanted that was like a fun day was like dress shopping for me. And that was where I just invited my mom, the maid, and matron of honor to be a part of that.
Yeah. I just had my mom. I didn't need a bunch of opinions. I feel like
yeah.
I get confused.
I was alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was
just I know some people have like a ton of parties. I mean, I've been in weddings where there's tons of parties. And I always try to go to what I can, but like sometimes it does get a little like, I don't know, time consuming or expensive, especially if it's like out of town. Yeah. But I like a party. So
yeah. You guys also like during the ceremony, so stuff's kind of changing. You guys did have me stand up next to you. But now a lot of stuff, and like I've been even seeing articles are saying like, it's a new trend not to have anyone stand next to you. What do you guys think about that? Because my mom is like, they're not technically your bridesmaid if they're not attending to you at the wedding. And I'm like, oh my God, Mom. Okay, it's a group of my friends.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Can you just call it the bridal party for the sake of it being easier?
I know my mom still calls them attendants.
I didn't want the bridesmaids or the wedding party standing up. But then it was just so far in the wedding planning process, and they were like going through the layout and stuff, and then it was going to have to figure out different seating for them.
Yeah, well, I feel like you guys also were at venues and I'll be at a church.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a bunch of
like,
seating and like
Did you want them like seated like on the front row or something?
Well, not really, because that's where my parents were. And so that's where I was like, you know what? I don't really care to figure this out. It was like the end of planning, and I was like, whatever. I'll accept defeat on this one. But I guess that's tradition of like, I don't know. I feel like for the photos, it's pretty when it's just the two of you.
But I thought you were going to say when everyone's up there.
No, I feel like it's like just, I mean, they crop everybody out, but still.
Yeah, I am like I don't know.
I wanted everyone up there with me. Like my brother and Anna, when they got married, it was just the two of them. They didn't have a wedding party, but they did have like some people, like me and her brother, like read some stuff during the ceremony. And then there was the friends that got ready with everyone that would have been in the wedding party if they had one. But it was just them, like the two of them up there. And it was like definitely what they wanted. They did like the sweetheart table and everything. But Gil and I talked about it, and we were like, I just feel like this is like a moment where we want to share it like with all of the people like we love. Yeah. So we wanted people up there, but there is a trend now that is saying don't have your bridesmaids behind you, have them behind your groom so you can see them. And I was like, absolutely not. If I made eye contact with any, I would have busted out laughing.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted them up there with me, but that's, I think, also just goes into the type of wedding you want, the type of couple you are, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what y'all are doing, Mary Lily?
Yeah, I think we're going to have everyone sit down. And I don't even know if we're going to have, like, I think you guys will just walk down the aisle and then file into pews. Like,
Olivia had honorary bridesmaids. Like, she had bridesmaids and then, like, honorary bridesmaids. So it was like such a big party, I guess. So the honorary bridesmaids, they sat in the
step down.
Yeah.
She was like, you're in my top 8, but these people are in my top 4.
I was in the top, whatever, like 1. So like it didn't bother me. But no, yeah. So hers did sit it was in a church, and they sat, I think, on the second aisle.
Interesting.
I know. I would personally be offended if I was an honorary bridesmaid, but I get offended by a lot.
Did anyone watch Summer House this week?
Yes.
And Kyle Cook got asked to be Carl's flower boy.
Yeah.
Because
one of like 4.
Yeah. And Carl officiated their wedding.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And
but
wasn't that where Paige was like, I would be offended?
I would be so offended.
I would say no, personally.
It was so awkward watching Kyle like talk to Andrea. No, Kyle was such a good sport about it though.
Yeah.
Like, he was like really nice about it and like very, Yeah,
he did handle it very well.
I agree. And it was funny to me though. And now I've seen like on Instagram, like flower boys.
I saw it on TikTok before I got married. And then there was I forgot, I think they called them like beer boys or something. And they like hand out drinks. My mother would die.
Are you paying somebody to do that?
Yeah. I'm like, do you not have like alcohol later? Like,
yeah. I've seen one with like loaves of bread. Have y'all seen that?
No.
Where?
I don't understand.
Just to like nibble on during the thing?
It's giving like communion.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I'm going to have to find it.
There are so many bizarre trends right now.
You guys, like always, there's like always bread in New Orleans around Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Either, but it's there.
My social media algorithm.
No, I've just been to Mardi Gras and there's always a bunch of like loaves of this type of bread in people's kitchens. I don't know that all the locals like buy.
Well, then maybe that's why people are passing out bread.
Maybe it has something to do with that.
From flower boys.
Like, how long are these
boys.
ceremonies that they are needing a snack and a drink?
I know. I've like heard that too a bunch about people like having cocktails before the ceremony. I'm like, how long can the night be though?
Yeah. So I went to a wedding where the bar opened like before. It wasn't technically supposed to be open, but they were like, well, we're already here. And it was like at a country club.
Oh
and
my
they
God,
just
I feel like bars are never like that. I feel like usually they're like, nope, we don't start until
at 6. Yeah. No, the bar was open and I was like, I'm not getting a drink for this because my luck, I'll have to pee right when the bride's like walking down the aisle or something.
Right.
So, but yeah, people had like drinks at their
I'm
seat.
like fine with like a drink, but like, do you really need it?
No, I don't.
Also, I've like heard of those where it's like they have a cocktail hour before. So it's like you get there at 3 and you're supposed to be there until like 11:30. It's like,
that's too long.
I'm not in the wedding.
My venue said that they would absolutely not do that because they're like, that is a liability. That's just a disaster waiting to happen. They were like big on like, we're not having any drunkards like messing up our venue.
Oh my God.
I think they've had like experience of people like running into the gate and stuff. So.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys have anyone that wanted to be in your bridal party and that like asked you like straight up if they were in it or something? Did anybody have any of that?
Had one of my younger cousins. She's so sweet. She's in college. So I feel like she just doesn't, she didn't ask, but she was like, when she texted me congratulations, she was like, I would make a great bridesmaid.
Oh,
and I was like,
so sweet.
It was sweet.
You will one day, sweetie.
Yeah.
Not today. But
I was like, I don't even know when I'm getting
You're like,
married.
do you want to be a flower boy?
A special job for you.
That position's available.
I think Gil's nieces thought they would be in it, but they weren't. And they were like 11. And then the little one, I don't think, was like 5 or 6. But we didn't want junior bridesmaids, flower girl, anything
I'm
like that.
Allegedly not supposed to have a flower girl under the age of 6. But now that the church has completely like disrespected me, and my niece doesn't even get up to Asheville until like right before the ceremony. She's just getting brought to Asheville for the ceremony and then taken back by her nanny.
Yeah.
Because their parents are like, we're having a good time.
This, yeah.
Not happening.
But so she's going to walk down the aisle and I don't care if they find out she's 4.
Yeah.
I'm going to have
What
4
are they gonna
years
do,
old
ID
written
them?
across her forehead. I know.
Yeah. What are they going to ask
like,
for her birth certificate?
Yeah. So give me a break. Okay, lastly, any drama between the bridesmaids?
I feel like I had some that was definitely like circled around the like planning of the bachelorette. I think it's just, I have friends that have very strong personalities.
Right. Well, what's your advice, I guess, if it feels like there's a lot of strong personalities? Like, how did you guys deal with that?
Honestly, if I could go back, I would have just planned a bachelorette on my own. So I could have been the person that everyone like talks, like you don't have to like talk through another person, because my friends are not all in the same group by any means. Like everyone's just kind of like different phases of my life kind of. So I should have.
And I think that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And then you are getting to know girls on the Bachelorette, which I think is a great thing because you like get to meet all of the girls before you're spending the day with them, get like the vibe of it and stuff. Like a lot of the times you find out your limits with people because like there's the drinking on the Bachelorette. So you're like, oh, this is how you are when we're all drinking together. Good to know.
Yes.
So I feel like it does set you up for that, but also it does give way for animosity.
Yeah. And I've been on a lot of bachelorette trips where there's been drama and it's never fun. But yeah, looking back on it, I should have just planned it. So I think that would have completely eliminated all of the drama that happened like behind the scenes. But there's nothing I can really do about it now.
Yeah. Hindsight.
Yeah.
I don't feel, Mary Lou, I'm pretty sure when you and I were hungover driving home from my bachelorette, we were like, wow, there was no drama.
No, we were like, not one person cried on this Bachelorette. Like, it was
so
insane.
nice.
We were like, no one cried about like an ex-boyfriend, something stupid. No one cried from an injury.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. I did go to bed early the first
I was like, this is the like go down in the record book for our girls' trips. There was like a few snaps, but I think the other thing is Caitlin's friends are like in a friend group. Like it wasn't like,
So they're just
And
really
then,
comfy.
Yeah, like Chelsea, she's pretty chill.
yeah. And then me, they
super
just
chill.
learned to deal.
So chill.
Well, then let's gather our thoughts before we do our game. So what is your biggest takeaway with choosing your bridal party and everything that comes with it?
Choosing your bridal party, I would say go with your gut, like from the beginning. If you have like reservations about having someone in it, really evaluate that and figure out why you have those feelings. And if you already have those feelings about it, having that person in your wedding, it's not going to get any better.
Yeah.
Right.
So that'd be my advice.
Well, I think that's a good point too. And I would say my advice is kind of probably let's manage your expectations.
Yeah.
And I think even with some people, not necessarily totally bridesmaids, but just through the planning process, I thought they were going to show up one way and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to the point of you're selecting a group of people that maybe some are really close, maybe they're really far away, but just manage like what you expect from them in this season, and then probably like take it down a couple notches.
That's a very good point.
Because what you expect from people, like they're not always going to be able to show up how you may want or how you may need.
Caitlin has been in therapy. It's done her so good.
But that's so true, because I also feel like people get so excited when you first get engaged, and they're always like, oh, I'll throw you a shower.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw you a party. The amount of parties and showers that were offered to me that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So it's like people say a lot because they're excited, and it's not a bad thing. And then it's like real life hits, and it's like, maybe I actually can't do this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think it's just like being super clear with your expectations too.
Yeah.
If you want something, like say it. If something's important to you, like be like, okay, this is something that's important to me. If it's not, be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And like let the little stuff go, I think.
Yeah.
Very true.
Okay. Are you guys ready to hear about the biggest trends in bridesmaids dresses
Yes.
Oh gosh, yeah.
for 2024?
Let's hear it.
Okay. The styles that will give you, and they want them to be re-wearable. So as far as popular hues and styles, everyone's liking neutral shades, champagne, taupe, or black. Caitlin, you did a navy. I feel like that's kind
That's
of
a
a
neutral. Yeah.
So the top number one trend is going to be black bridesmaids dresses, which Marshall did. And I'm in a wedding, shout out Jacqueline, in November, and I'm wearing a black bridesmaid's dress. Oh, and they even give you examples, you guys. The knot. Mismatch bridesmaids dresses. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing whatever you want. Make it look summery. Bring your best. I said impress me, girls.
So much pressure.
Yeah.
You guys are all fashionistas. I feel like it's like I like have the group that can do this.
And just be like, whatever. And everybody shows up and it's.
You're going to look all stunning. Neutral bridesmaids dresses. These are like the pale pinks and the taupes. What do you think about that? I feel like that's like
Not my color.
Yeah,
it would
it's
wash
so
me out.
hard,
Yeah,
I
so you have
think.
like a darker complexion or olive tone.
Yeah.
no, but not everyone like in the bridal party gets a spray tan, and then that one girl
It
looks
wouldn't
so
even
bad
matter
compared
if I
to
got
the
a
some
spray
people
tan.
too.
Yeah.
It would not be my coloring at
And
all.
I feel like isn't that a little like early 2000s? Everyone's wearing
Everyone
blush.
did like the pale pink blush, and gold and marble.
Yeah.
No, and my sister-in-law had to be in a wedding, and she wore champagne.
That's
and
what they say.
She is very, very pale and very light blonde hair, like naturally.
Oh,
so you know, this
geez.
girl is like, she's like, I do not
Tragic.
tan. She's like, I think she
Yeah, it's
got
like
rid of the
because she would
dress.
look dumb if she
yeah,
tanned.
yeah.
Yeah.
She said she felt so ugly.
Well, one
Oh, that's
You
so
know,
sad.
I
I felt
I would
really
too.
ugly in
Yeah.
one of my bridesmaids dresses.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a pale blue, and I couldn't get it altered correctly, and it like got so much mud and was so gross. It was $500, and I threw it away in the hotel room. Like I was like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like there's nothing worse than feeling so unflattering all night in a bridesmaid
Yeah,
dress.
And being in somebody's pictures.
pictures.
for
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, line up. And you're like, I'm next to all these people I don't know. I'm in the ugliest dress. A woman I don't know did my hair. I don't know why I have so
Yeah.
much trouble with people doing my hair at weddings. I'm like,
I have trouble with the makeup. So a lot of times if it's an option to do my own, I'll just do it because they make me look like
your
so
wedding, I
bad.
had the best hair I've ever
she's
had
so
at a
good at
wedding.
hair.
Sorry, Caitlin.
No, we know
My
what
hair,
happened.
my hair was redone at Caitlin's wedding.
Yeah. It
Jan-
was, the timeline was,
Caitlin's mom had my back.
Was
She
it
always-
like, do you like this?
she always does.
Yeah. She was like, and she was like motioning to me from the other side of the room. She's like, turn around. And I like turned around and she like pointed at it. And she's like, we're not doing that.
At least you didn't have to say it. Like someone else acknowledged it. The worst
Okay.
is
It
when
was
you're the only one that
No. I like walked out of there and I thought it looked fine. And I was like, how's it look? And everyone was like, okay. And Caitlin was like, you want me to take a picture of it? And I was like, yeah, I guess. I was like, oh my God.
And you were like, oh, whoops.
It looks like, I don't
Sorry
know.
to bring you back down.
Oh.
You got it redone.
All right.
Anyway.
So back to the bridesmaids dress trends. The next one is velvet bridesmaids dresses.
Oh, yeah.
It's I don't love it, you know?
I think it's easy to go wrong.
I feel like I've only seen it like December weddings. Like,
Yeah.
like a
Some of
garnet.
the
I
draping.
feel like it's like, it might not be the most flattering.
Right now it's in a color rust in this picture, a rust velvet dress.
Can we get a visual?
I think I know. Yeah, I've seen that picture.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's just, I'm like, it looks old. Not like old. It looks matronly or like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like velvet.
Yeah, my mom wore velvet. And she's a mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like not for.
I think my mom had velvet on her dress for my wedding.
Like black velvet, I feel like would be cool if you did black
That's
velvet.
what she did. But like, I do, that's like
Yeah,
our
or like
moms.
a dark. I'm saying, but like if you're doing a bridesmaid, like I guess I guess I have one black velvet dress. Okay, and the last trend is no bridal party dress code. Oh, and they have people in suits. Cute.
Oh.
That's so cute. A hot pink little number.
Oh, wow. Would you look at that?
Yeah.
That's the true definition of no rules.
It really is.
Yeah. Perhaps one of the most popular bridal party outfit themes right now is no theme at all. Yep, you heard that right. Meeting modern couples. Did you hear that? I'm modern.
I thought yours has to be summery though.
Yeah,
It has to be on season.
You still have rules though.
You still have rules. Like I can't.
The rule was if you bought a dress for under $100, I have to see a picture and okay it and see it in person. That was the rule.
I
When
never
did
got
this
that.
rule
Yeah,
come about?
My dress was more than $100.
Mine was more than that. Don't worry about it.
See, that's why I wasn't worried.
I've actually bought multiple ones.
I've said that, I
worked.
guess, to the people who I was worried about.
No, I talked to Jacqueline the other day. I was like, "Have you?" First of all, I
She
asked her if
sent me
she.
pictures today of dresses.
Yeah, she's like, haven't got the dress. I was like, I literally just ordered one 5 minutes ago. So hope it works.
Oh my gosh, you guys, too much. All right.
Alrighty.
Last thoughts before we say goodbye for the week.
Good luck asking your bridesmaids. Have fun. It is, I feel like getting the girls hype
Yeah, no.
a lot of fun.
It is.
It's the most fun part, even though it does seem a little like daunting at first. And like asking the bridesmaids, I feel like is when it becomes real.
It does.
Yeah.
I like looked back to see like when I had asked, and I asked I think in like December. I got engaged in September, so it was like a couple months, you know.
Yeah.
But it kind of just like kicked off the year.
Yeah.
For like your season.
Your season.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our unveiled opinions, you guys.
Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Follow us.
Subscribe.
Yes.